doesn't pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you see it and you go, oh, I'm not going because this. Yeah, I think I can take him.
Be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, and I don't like them kind of.
Following Jay Prince's attempt to expel him from Houston, 50 Cent recently lost it on him, and this time 50 is not holding back. He is pursuing Jay Prince vigorously and revealing all of the dubious activities that underlay his extortion scheme. Jay Prince allegedly sent his henchmen after 50 to disrupt his company since he was feeling the heat, but you can rely on 50 to shoot back. He is already making fun of Jay Prince on Instagram, and he even challenged him to come clean if he was sincere. It is stated that 50 possesses receipts that have the potential to bring down Jay Prince's entire business. He does not want the smoke, I assure you. However, that does not mean Jay Prince does not have a significant impact on Houston streets. 50 might have to watch his back, but he still has guys who will fight for him. This encounter between two giants will go down in history, so let us discuss it.
Extorting people. Ain't no money in that. Real nigga ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? I mean, I don't want to.
For years, 50 Cent has been putting pressure on Jay Prince, and their rivalry has always been intense and even violent. Jay Prince views himself as the king of Houston, and 50 has stated that he does not approve of the entire checking-in program. Nevertheless, from the protection of their cities, they continued their small feud. Jay Prince had the streets of hometown to himself, while 50 was keeping it down in New York, unless they happened to cross paths in person, which is not often the case. They had no actual reason to fight. However, when 50 Cent made the decision to relocate to Houston and take the battle directly to Jay Prince's door, everything changed. 50 relocated his entire business to Houston, not simply going live there. He initially tweeted this decision, adding, "I love New York, but I live in Houston now. I'll explain later." He relocated to Houston in part because of the lower taxes there. He had previously complained that his business operations were being negatively impacted by the 62% increase in New York taxes. It was not just Uncle Sam's sticky fingers that made businessmen want to flee, as you are well aware. Additionally, he had earlier stated his wish to be plugged into the Houston hip-hop scene. Hip-hop, rap, and trap culture are all quite popular in Houston, as you are aware, is a businessman with a strong interest in people culture, the arts, and entertainment. When the return started coming in, he thought that investing in Houston would be the next big step toward getting those hefty checks. Additionally, some have proposed that 50 moved to Houston because of his alcohol brand Branson Cognac. Do you recall the day when 50 would visit all the liquor establishments in Houston and display the bottles? Indeed, there have been rumors that he may have discovered a market for his brand in Houston and wished to communicate with ease. Jay Prince, however, had a different perspective. Oh no, he was furious and felt betrayed by 50 Cent's encroachment on his domain. Jay Prince allegedly attempted to coerce 50 Cent into checking in first. In an attempt to force 50 to drop some bans, he dispatched his men to exert pressure. However, 50 was not going to let that happen. He immediately informed Jay Prince that he has his own protection and that he would not be coerced by Jay Prince to check in.
It's a sucker to me. A sucker is pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you see it and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I'll fuck with this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
However, Jay Prince became even more irate. As a result, rumor has it that he attempted to impose a no-fly zone on 50. However, 50 made it apparent that he did not play those kinds of games, thus it did not work again. Furthermore, 50 was not keeping quiet to avoid upsetting Jay Prince. He was out there going about his business, doing what he did, and even giving his community opportunities. 50 Cent had planned to open a new film studio for his company Gunnet Film in Houston. The project was going to cost about $20 million, but 50 decided to put a stop to that initiative and relocate the entire company to Shreveport, Louisiana.
Melcy, you may not know this, you had the opportunity to take Houston.
Yeah.
But you chose Shreveport.
Yeah. And Houston didn't have the same. They embraced me. They good. Like when I got out there, they showed me a lot of love. But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here, like even the tax incentive.
About a year after 50 relocated to Houston in 2022, the mayor gave him a key to the city and celebrated him with a 50 Cent day. The incident occurred during the yearly parade on Thanksgiving Day. Mayor Sylvester Turner praised 50 Cent profusely, describing him as one of the city's most influential figures. Through his Gun ID initiative, he has transformed high school students into entrepreneurs and has contributed to numerous causes. In this city, particularly the high schools, he is known as 50, a philanthropist, rapper, musician, and businessman. The mayor then informed 50 Cent that he would always have a place in Houston and proclaimed November 24th to be his day. As the crowd welcomed 50, as one of them, you could feel the love flowing in, and 50 returned the favor with his acceptance speech.
The city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his G-Unity program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence. And so today, we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Now, before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
However, J. Prince was somewhere hitting the wall and gritting his teeth because 50 was rising to the top of his city's hierarchy, while everyone else was celebrating. The truth is that the facts are unfailing. It is understandable why J. Prince is relegated to the side and treated like a criminal while 50 is given the city's keys. Since arriving in Houston, 50 Cent has supported several charity initiatives and improved his community by using his money. For example, he established the Gun ID Business Lab. Under his Gun It Foundation, an educational intervention program created to help develop the entrepreneurial skills of high school students in the Houston International School District, he has also made inroads into Houston's entertainment and sports landscape, the Houston Rockets. Astros and Texans have partnered with his Sire Spirits business in 2022. He also served as the host of the first Houston Tycoon Comedy and Music Festival. He collaborated with the Rockets that same year to provide 1,000 free turkeys to local families for Thanksgiving, but that's not all. In 2023, he donated $850,000 worth of toys at a holiday event to help the citywide club achieve its goal of giving away 100,000 toys to children in the city. In 2024, he helped raise $500,000 for the Houston Children's Charity and auctioned off 2 oversized bottles of his Lisa Manduvo champagne. In the end, the gala event raised $6 million, setting a new record for the charity.
Matter of fact, God darn it, 50 Cent, get out here. Come on. I know all the time I've spent with him, we've had some great times. He even tried to tell me some please one night.
I gotta hang out with the people that can buy this stuff from me. I think Johnny might be on.
In conclusion, the city adores 50 because of his indisputable influence. Conversely, we have J. Prince and his team from Mob Ties. Where do we even begin, bro? J. Prince has made a living by intimidating artists who wish to come work in Houston under the pretense of safety rather than fostering prospects for the city. Following his coronation as King of Town, J. Prince made it his mission to keep musicians from being robbed when they visited the city. Does not that sound like a fantastic idea? It does, until you discover that it is all a front for a complex extortion scheme. J. Prince and his team have a practice known as checking in, whereby visiting artists must first visit J. Prince to show their respect.
We need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word, checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to.
It is more than a simple hello. Usually it is to drop large amounts of money, which J. Prince claims is for their safety, so they do not get jumped, and so they can retrieve their jewels or chains if they are stolen. The fine print, however, conceals the fact that these artists are essentially unable to decide whether or not to pay. J. Prince and his team set them up, and if they do not pay because they believe they have their own security detail, they get jumped and lose Their Goods NBA YoungBoy paid a heavy price for his refusal to check in when he arrived in Houston after YB arrived in Houston for a business trip. Two thugs went into his home and stole some of his expensive vehicle's cash and chains. In order to retrieve his belongings, the criminals demanded a $30,000 ransom, but YB refused to be duped. He retaliated by telling them that they were being silly children and that
he was not impressed.
Don't turn me down. What you said? Don't turn me down. What you on, folks? Don't turn you down. Yeah, man. What you on, folks? What you mean? What I'm on? What you on, man? What the deal there? What up? What up? You want to buy your shit back? What? You ain't you flunked out. I'm trying to see where you at. You dumb. What you got? $20 out of car? Nah, nigga. You know what we got? Nigga, stop that cap. Man. They capping, bro. They gonna believe anything. You want me to start my car? I just took a picture in the same car today with my little boy. You bitch ass niggas on this bitch like y'all.
Then Jay Prince abruptly joins the discussion in an Instagram video. He claimed that the criminals had brought the stolen goods to him and tagged YB. If he wanted his belongings returned, he requested YB to get in touch with him.
The little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that shit that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact.
YB saw right through the charade and urged Jay Prince to hide his phony goodwill wherever it would not be seen. First, Jay Prince was criticized by YB for bringing up the matter on social media. Consider a man in his 60s who continues to play online games. YB claims that if Jay Prince had been sincere, he would have contacted him privately rather than sharing a pathetic video to inform everyone about their company. YB looked for what was obviously an effort at extortion. He was aware that he would have to pay considerably more than the robbers had demanded if he went to Jay Prince, so he refused to give in.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy, I don't respect none of that, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you can get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy. And I'm good on them keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway.
However, Jay Prince has been called out on this checking in practice by others besides YB. In an episode of their podcast, It Is What It Is, Cameron and Mace attacked him. They made fun of Jay Prince for teaching the young folks how to improve things and for playing these pointless games at such an advanced age when he ought to be retired.
Dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a little, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They'll say, yo, Mace, listen.
Not to mention the elaborate games of chance that Jay Prince and his kids set up for rappers upon their arrival in Houston. Rumor has it that Jay Prince's extortion plot includes these dice games as well. Y'all have probably heard the rumors that Jay Prince allegedly had something to do with Takeoff's death due to the fact that Takeoff died during one of those notorious dice games. Official reports stated that there had been a quarrel and that individuals had pulled out hammers and begun shooting. Takeoff was tragically killed when one of the rounds unintentionally hit him, but Here's the thing: fresh video purportedly emerged that reveals the incident did not precisely go that way. It has been reported that J. Prince was upset that Quavo and Takeoff had not checked as he had hoped. It is said that he ordered his men to discipline them. Takeoff was only expected to be offline for a few weeks at most due to a minor mishap, but as things got out of control, Takeoff lost his life. You can see J. Prince acting evasively and attempting to sidestep the topic whenever he is questioned about this matter.
What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man, and Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us.
However, people are talking, and the fact that Takeoff is not the only person who died after playing one of those damn dice games does not help either. Do you recall Duke the jeweler? Yes, he believed he had struck gold when he won $100,000 in a dice game. He had no idea that it was a setup. Even before he reached his vehicle, he got ambushed, and everything he had was taken from him. Unfortunately, he was not even allowed to keep his life. Therefore, it is clear that 50 Cent and J. Prince have had a greater beneficial influence on Houston, and that they will never be on the same level. This is when things become tricky. J. Prince is alleged to have been planning ways to eliminate 50 and shut down his business in Houston. However, 50's dispute with Big Meech began before he could implement those plans. Rumor has it that J. Prince, who consistently sided with Big Meech, warned him to back off by sending some of his goons after the
with people intelligence and intellect. The way they do today, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living.
Mike and Junior was walking by. He actually went in the restroom to wash blood off his hand where he had reached up on the Takeoff. He had to pick him up, and his fingers went in.
However, you all know that 50 is not the kind of person who would allow another man to evict him. He had no intention of backing down. Rather, he made the horrible decision to reveal J. Prince and his extortion scheme. Rumor has it that 50 is now on a mission to put a stop to J. Prince's terror rule over Houston, and you can guarantee he'll have a great time doing it. But I have a question for you. Do you believe that 50 should be careful when he is in Houston, or do you think he has another ruse up his
sleeve to outdo?